If you keep promising yourself, this is the last time, but somehow you still end up back on the same screen at night, watch this. Because the problem may not be that you are weak. The problem may be that you are trying to fight a machine that knows exactly when you are tired, lonely, bored, and easiest to capture. That is why willpower keeps failing. Not because you have no discipline, but because you are trying to make your strongest decision at your weakest moment. At 1 a.m., alone, phone in your hand, door closed, no one watching. That is not a fair fight. And if the escape is one tap away, your brain is not going to give you a motivational speech. It is going to choose relief. So today, I'm not going to tell you to just control yourself. That advice is useless when the whole environment around you is built to make you relapse. I'm going to show you how to make the loop weaker before the urge even hits. Because if you wait until the urge is already strong, you are late. The first rule is this: make the escape annoying. Right now, the screen is too easy. One tap and you are gone. One search and the loop begins. One moment of boredom, and suddenly you are feeding a habit you swore you were done with. That is not an accident. Apps, sites, algorithms, private browsing, endless suggestions, autoplay, saved passwords, instant access. All of it is designed to remove friction. So you have to put friction back. Not because you are childish, because you are finally treating the problem seriously. If the door keeps pulling you in, stop leaving the door wide open. Start small. Delete shortcuts. Log out. Remove saved passwords. Move the apps off your home screen. Put your phone in grayscale at night. Make the path ugly, slow, and annoying. Because here is the truth. A lot of urges do not survive inconvenience. They survive speed. If the habit can happen before you think, you lose. But if you add even a few annoying steps, your brain gets a chance to wake up and ask, wait, do I actually want this? And if basic friction is not enough, go stronger. Use blockers. Use screen time limits. Use content filters. Change the Wi-Fi settings. Let someone else hold the password if you need to. Do not turn this into a pride issue. The goal is not to look strong. The goal is to stop giving your weakest moment instant access to your strongest addiction. That is Rule 1. Make the escape annoying. Rule 2. Stop making your bed the crime scene. I know that sounds dramatic, but be honest. Where does the loop usually happen? It is usually not in the middle of a bright room at 2 p.m. with people walking around. It is late. It is private. You are tired. You are in bed. And your brain has already learned the pattern. Bed equals phone. Phone equals escape. Escape equals relief. Then you wake up the next day feeling foggy, ashamed, and disconnected. And the worst part is, your bed stops feeling like a place to rest. It becomes a trigger. So stop negotiating with it. No screens in bed. Not I'll be careful. Not just 10 minutes. Not I'm only checking something. That is how the loop starts. Buy a cheap alarm clock. Charge your phone outside the room. If that feels impossible, put it across the room. If across the room is too easy, put it somewhere annoying. Kitchen, bathroom, hallway. Anywhere that forces your body to get up before the loop can begin. Because a tired brain is not wise. A tired brain wants the easiest relief available. So stop placing the easiest relief next to your pillow. Make your bedroom boring again. Boring is not the enemy. Boring is how your nervous system remembers how to calm down. And if this is already hitting a little too close, like the video and subscribe. Because this channel is not here to shame you. It is here to expose the hidden loops that keep people stuck, and then show you how to break them. Now here is Rule 3, and this is the one most people skip. You cannot just remove the screen. You have to replace the state. Because when you cut off fast stimulation, your brain is going to complain. It will feel restless. It will feel empty. It will whisper, "This is boring. Just go back." And if you leave that empty space empty, you will probably cave. So when the urge hits, do not sit there having a debate with your phone in your hand. That is not discipline. That is walking into the trap and asking yourself to be brave. Move first. Think second. Change your body state immediately. Cold shower. Push-ups. Walk outside. Go sit somewhere public. Call someone and talk about anything normal. Do something that forces your body back into real life. The point is not that push-ups magically fix desire. The point is that you are breaking the trance. Digital escape works best when you are still, isolated, and mentally foggy. So change the conditions. Change the room. Change the temperature. Change your posture. Change whether you are alone. Because urges are not just thoughts. They are states. And sometimes the fastest way to change the thought is to change the state. This is why just think differently often fails. You are trying to solve a body problem with a motivational quote. Instead, drag the body into a different environment. Make reality louder than the screen. That is the whole game. Because the real battle is not you versus desire. It is your environment versus your intention. And for a long time, your environment has probably been winning. Not because you are hopeless, because the setup was terrible. You had instant access, private space, late-night loneliness, and no replacement. Of course the loop kept winning. That is not proof that you are broken. That is proof that the system around you was built wrong. So fix the system. Make the escape annoying. Stop making your bed a trigger. Replace the screen with a body reset. Those 3 moves will not make you perfect overnight, but they will make the loop weaker. And once the loop gets weaker, something important happens. You get space. Space between the urge and the action. Space between loneliness and escape. Space between, I need this now, and, wait, what am I actually feeling? That space is where control comes back. Not all at once, but enough to choose differently one time. Then again. Then again. And that is how people change. Not by becoming superhuman, but by making the wrong choice harder and the right choice easier. So if you are tired of losing the same private battle every night, comment reset. Not because a comment fixes your life, but because it marks the moment you stop pretending this is just about willpower. And if this video gave you a different way to understand the loop, subscribe. Because this channel is not about shaming people for being human. It is about exposing the hidden systems that pull people into patterns they do not understand, and showing you how to slowly take your life back. And if you know someone who keeps blaming themselves for the same private struggle, send this to them. Because sometimes the first step is not another promise to do better. Sometimes the first step is realizing the battle was never fair to begin with. Maybe you were never weak. Maybe the trap was just too easy to enter. But once you understand the trap, you can start designing a way out.